You can count on me!
Focus on the goal.
And Lindsay was called forth. I see something.
Ready and willing. Done and done. I did as you asked.
Adventures called to them. And so they walked on. What troubles you? Anything else?
All according to plan.
Anything is possible.
But my skills are getting rusty.
Unimosi travisi. Unimosi travisi. Ona Adayana. Unimosi travisi.
What's new?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yes?
Unimosi travisi. Unimosi travisi. Unimosi travisi. Ona Adayana. Unimosi
I won't let you
Just
down.
letting the ink dry.
travisi.
I know what to do.
Consider me provoked.
A clever ploy.
Repent!
This should do it.
Your life ebbs low.
Serves me right.
Tear them apart!
A calculated risk. This will hurt.
What a waste.
You deserved it.
They go down!
I wrote it like I saw it.
In due time.
Adventures call to them.
That is not far.
I'm positive I found something.
I did as you asked. Would you look at that?
Done and done.
What troubles you?
Here. I
As
did
it
as
should
you
be.
asked.
Quiet, I'm thinking.
Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi
And Lindsay
Travisi.
was called for.
You can count on me.
The end draws near.
Patritio Purinos. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana.
What you want?
Just letting the ink dry.
Grotus awaits us.
Ona Adayana. Laborane Sentes.
It was you. You robbed my sister of hope. You prolonged her suffering and our suffering as well. For that, you'll die. The wounded Skylark hurried to his mistress to tell about his failure in person. This sanctimonious fool proved incapable of carrying out a simple order because of you. Now our mistress wants to search for what the Oculus was meant to show her, and I remained behind to rid my lady of those who have outlasted their usefulness. An emissary from the First World, a servant to the power that came to these swamps against her will. My duty is a heavy one, but I bear it without faltering. I shall not bow, not before destiny, not before my enemies, and not before creatures such as you.
Too bad you are unlikely to agree to give me an interview, dear. I spent years studying the First World, but I think it's the first time I see a case of such remarkable expansion to the material plane. The last event that could compare in the scale was the Gnome's Exodus.
She's the queen of this horizon and horizons unseen. She's the mistress of dreams and the embodiment of all mortal desires. She is wrath, and she will crush these lands to dust. I serve Nyrissa, mortal. Save your breath. This Skylark has broken his wings, and now he's useless. I'll rid myself of him after I've finished with you. She left. Where and why is not your concern. I remained only to remove any trace of her and her servants left behind. You see, these lands were our home long before you appeared. These walls witnessed another mortal who, like you, serves Nerissa's goals now. We taught him. We showed him the way. We told him what to believe and whom to serve. My elder sister, Nerissa. She is the mistress of half-truths, exploiting hopes and weaknesses of others with her words. All it took to control Armagh was some books and legends about his great destiny. All it took to control Tristan was deceiving him into thinking it was Nerissa who deprived him of his holy gift. She who cursed him with a mortal body.
Lies. So that was all lies?
And all it took to control you, upstart Baron, was a lure. The promise of your own lands to rule. And you bought it. All of you. Enough. You are a thing of the past, and I must rid this place of you, and Tristian. Get ready for oblivion!
Let's try this way.
Bring it!
Aborones Sentes.
This should do it.
Tear them apart!
Become as dust.
A calculated risk.
They go down!
This will hurt.
Any last wishes?
Let's try this way.
Bring it!
This should do it.
Let me tell you something before you decide my fate. Nyrissa is gone. She cannot keep me silent any longer. I'm tired of lies and deception. Our meeting wasn't a coincidence. It was Nyrissa who sent me to the Temple of the Elk. She conjured that fog and sent Jod a version of the place. Since then, I've been watching you, waiting for a time to act. For Nyrissa. But that's not all. I helped her create and plant the unwilting flower that almost destroyed your barony. As you can see, everything that happened in Mordecai's tomb was but one of my many crimes. That is all. Deal with me however you think best. I am a Deva. Once a sacred servant and messenger of Sarenrae herself. Once it was my calling to heed mortals' prayers and to deliver them to other servants of the goddess. That was before I fell into a trap set by Nyrissa. She took from me my powers and severed my bond with my goddess. At least, that's what I had thought. Nyrissa threatened that if I didn't serve her, she'd never return my wings and I'd never speak to Sarenrae again. She made me... I'm lying to you again. If it wasn't for my cowardice, Nyrissa would never have broken me to her will. But I was afraid to remain mortal.
Poor you. It must have been so hard. It's worse than slavery.
So we have a warrior of the divine armies of light here. To put it nicely, I suspected that Tristian wasn't honest with us, but I never assumed something like that.
A nymph. One of the most beautiful of all creatures. Most wicked of all monsters. But who she is, what she wants, I do not know. I ran across her while traveling through the negative energy plane. A strange wound, like something had pierced time and space. In my pride, confident in my powers, I followed its path to this world. She dealt with me in a heartbeat. Before I could flee, she had entrapped me, filling my mind with horrible nightmares. And when I awoke, I was mortal. I had no choice. No choice at all. Nyrissa discovered an ancient power awakening beneath the tours of Lebanese. She knew of Mordecai, and she also knew of the Oculus. What she did not know is the location of his tomb. The defaced sisters and the Numerian barbarians serving them were dispatched to search for the tomb's entrance. But you found it first, and you would have acquired the Oculus if it were not for me. I don't know. After I failed her, after I failed to destroy you, she became angry with me. The only way to regain her favor was to find the Oculus of Abaddon and bring it to her. I don't know why she wants it, only that she will destroy anything in her path to possess it, including you. I beg you, be careful. She never forgets any who dare challenge her. When I awaked from Nyrissa's enchantments, I was mortal, no longer a Deva. Nyrissa said she'd taken my gift of immortality and severed my bond with my goddess. But, according to what the sister said, I don't understand what's true anymore and what is not. before this, I thought Nyrissa stood between me and Sarenrae. But it seems like she was lying.
No! Just look at him! He's been lied to. And how about lying to your friends with whom you sit by the fire and fight shoulder to shoulder? I haven't seen such nastiness in a long time, and he pretended to be this goody-goody!
This was Nyrissa's creation. A strange plant with seeds that bring death to the mortals and open gates to the first world. I don't know much else. All I've done was use my knowledge of the planes to root the flower in 2 worlds simultaneously. What Nyrissa did was deplorable. But I am not blameless. Sarenrae as my witness. I didn't want it to happen as it did. But in my fear of losing her divine light, my resolve crumbled. So I did what I was ordered to do. Partly, Nyrissa charmed the first faithful, promised him and all his followers a paradise in exchange for your head. My job was to lure you to the trap. But Nyrissa ordered me only to lure you to the trap. She never forbade me to protect you. That's why I fought by your side in that battle. Thank you. I'll leave you and head for the city. A walk will help me to figure out how I can make amends for everything.
Anything is possible.
In due time.
So, any brilliant ideas?
Adayan. Adayan. Unimosi travisi.
What's the hold-up?
You require my assistance?
Sorry, was lost in thought.
Ready for anything?
Here I am. See?
What's new?
We will be victorious!
Repent!
A calculated risk.
This is where I step in.
This is for you.
Primitives.
Your life ends low here.
I wrote it like I saw it.
I see something. I did as you asked.